first fucking fanfic I saw whenever I clicked on the tag was a John F. Kennedy / Richard Nixon fanfic. And it's still a work in progress. They've written 2 out of 7 chapters, and the tags don't say anything about a crack ship or anything like that. So for all I know, I didn't click on it. For all I know, it could be a genuine thing. But the more I scrolled down, the more I realized the tag was mostly filled with JFK ex-readers. Which, like, you know what? Hell yeah. If you're gonna pick any president, yeah. I think, yeah. Personally, I would say Jimmy Carter. I don't know. I really like Jimmy Carter. Oh yeah, there was also like Bill and Hillary Clinton fluff. Like, guys, be so for real. No, but like, I'm not judging. I love weird fanfiction stuff like that. Cause like, it's not even like weird. It may be strange to like people that aren't in that sphere, but to them it's totally normal. And like, I fucking love them for that. And if you, cause like, okay, cause I can't even say anything. Cause if you want to know how we ended up, I'm sorry, if you want to know how I ended up on the political RPM, let's just say I finally watched All the President's Men. That's all I have to say about that. It did not take long for me to hop on AO3 after that end credit scene, okay? Let's just say that. Let's go back to tapping real quick. I really doubt that that's picking anything up. Look at my nails. So like, let's just talk about fanfiction. Because I love fanfiction. I love how weird everything is, how freaky people get with it. And we owe it all to the Star Trek fangirls of the 60s, 70s. Question mark. I'm sorry. I'm more of a Star Wars girl than Star Trek. Excuse me. I literally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my goodness. Dang. Oh, I remembered. Going back to political RPM. I mean, I guess it's like political historical. I was really into Hamilton in 2017 before it became like really, really, really mainstream as it is now. Before it became like pretty girl humor, as I've heard people start to call it. Back when it was still like lame and embarrassing to be a Hamilton fan. That's how I would describe it. So I was in Hamilton. And of course, being a cringy 6th grader, I was into shipping the founding fathers, as one does, naturally. And one day I got really curious, and oh my god, I would like actually been whispering. I don't know, I still need to find a volume, a good volume. Damn, I think this is how I actually wanted to talk. And then I was just whispering. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. I have to find a good volume. Oh yeah, and I scrolled down through the Jamilton tag, which if you don't know, Jamilton is Thomas Jefferson, ex-Alexander Hamilton. And the oldest fic was like, it predated the musical. It was like genuine Jamilton fanfiction. And people in the comments were like, whoa, what the freaky. And the author was like, yeah, like I didn't know. And I think that 1999. They replied in 2022 saying that they had been writing fanfiction since they were 16. Like, hello. I think that's beautiful. This is probably some lady in her 40s, and I think that's beautiful. And she was still writing. Like, her latest work was from like September, and I think it was like about good omens. Love that. Even though I've never seen it, but like, you know what? Hell yeah. And yeah, so someone was like, "This is the oldest Star Wars fanfiction," and she was like, "No, it's not," and linked her previous work, which was a Han Solo X Lando fanfiction that she wrote in 1998. And I love that. I think that's beautiful. And if you're like, you went past the qui-obi thing way too fast, that's just how the internet works, y'all. And before, like after 2020, when like people started coming into like fan fiction spaces, like guys, pre-2020, it was embarrassing to admit that you read fan fiction. Like, y'all don't get it. After 2020, it became more normalized, but then a lot of issues came with it, because then people were just like judging like everything, like every fucking thing, and like they would send like a bunch of hate to people, and they would like complain a lot, right? And guys, I get that like some stuff is like a little bit weird and like you may not like it, but the biggest rule in fan fiction was like always don't read, like you just scroll past it. I've seen that like people now are leaving like fucking hate comments on fan fictions. Guys, don't do that. If you don't like it, don't read it. Like, that's like rule number 1. God, so like when I saw qui-obi, I was like, damn. But then I was like, you know what? It makes sense. Like, wasn't like one of the first supernatural, like, bro, like the first supernatural fanfiction wasn't it like 20 minutes after the show aired, and it was like obviously Wincest because like there was no other like characters. Like, fanfiction is always gonna be like that, okay? Like, you just have to accept it. Okay, I think that's it for my fanfiction rants for today. Who knows, I may be back. That is a threat. I'm threatening to come back. I bet you there's Cyberpunk Garfunkel fanfiction out there. I bet you.